Hey, everybody. Well, it has been quite a while since we last talked about this little guy in front of you here. Real life has popped up and smacked me square in the face and has just gotten right in the way of all my hobbying in the game playing and my 40K universe. Hey, everybody, this is Everyman with Everyman's 40K channel. And yes, as I said in the little intro, real life kind of has got into the way of me producing videos and working on this little guy here. Yeah, crazy. My life has just been turned upside down. I did not expect that I was going to have to move 3,000 miles away, but I went ahead and in order to keep my job, I said, yep, I'll go ahead and move. Count me in. I still want to be part of the organization. So yep, in about 2 months from now, not even, about 6 weeks from now, I'm going to have to rent me a U-Haul and yeah, I'll be on my way, driving 3,000 miles all the way across the country. I have traveled probably 12,000 miles in the last 6 weeks, traveling back and forth, East Coast, West Coast, down to Dallas and everything. Well, during that time, okay, back and forth, I've taken this little buddy with me, packed him up, packed up the milliput here, right? Put that all in my little suitcase, and off we went. I'm going to show you what I did. I was able to sculpt and fill in areas, okay? So I'm sorry that you guys were not able to see me sculpt, but let me go ahead and show you. So here are the areas. This is, if you remember, the area that was the worst. It had the biggest openings and biggest gaps. So we went ahead and closed that up. As you can see here, we did a little bit kind of the armor, kind of ridging or edging of armor. And we're going to go ahead and we'll drop some rivets across here. I still have that same thing to apply here on this side underneath. Okay, if you can see back in there, I did not do that kind of armor edging, but I will. Okay, so I'm going to do that when I bust out the milliput to do this area here. Okay, so there we got the gaps, kind of close them up, close these up. We went ahead, clean that area up of the arm. As you can see, there is some sculpting in there, a little bit of dragon scales, a little bit of etching. If the light can hit it, you can see it. Okay, and then here, let me grab this other piece. Here's this one here. So as you can see, much more scaly. A little bit too aggressive on the sculpting, so I'll kind of knock that out or kind of smooth it down with a little bit of sandpaper just to make it a little bit more subtle, so it's not so aggressive. But we got the little pockets where the skin's kind of peeling up. Same with here. See how the skin is separated from the metal? If I'm not mistaken, I did a little work under here. Let me go ahead and disconnect this. See right up in here. See how we closed up that knee or that leg? All right, so very simple, very simple. So what we're going to do today. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. Today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on the tail. What I'm going to do is, because we have metal bits, flesh, right, bone, like we did here. We got the rivets, we got metal on top of metal, okay, on the head area there. Well, we're going to do the same thing here. So as the tail comes down, right, we got flesh, we got bone and bone. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put in some steel. So we're going to put 2 blades and we're going to make this actual metal. So again, like a switchblade or just some type of kind of, you know how Gazgul's claw looks, or actually we have a claw here, right in front of us. See how it looks like steel, and you got that etching or those deep gouges? Okay, well, pretty much same type of shape, same type of everything, same type of blade edge we're going to throw into here. So we're going to make this sort of like a clamp or some type of blade thing coming out. Again, just another weapon. I think that'll bring, once we paint it, you'll see the painting come across, you'll see the metal and flesh. Well, as this comes down the tail, you're going to get nothing but real life, skin and bone. Okay, well, in order to break that up, what we're going to do is we're going to put some steel on the end, which says to the viewer, right, the person watching this or looking at observing the model, that we still got metal or some type of bionics running down through that tail, and that, you know, basically like what, Mecha Godzilla. Okay, you understand? So that's what we're going to do. So first things first, we're going to go ahead, we're going to fire up either the saw. I'm not sure if I'm going to razor saw it right over here, or if we're going to go ahead and just grind cut it. So let me figure this out, how we're going to do this too. I'm going to grind cut it. I think that's going to be the best. Yep, so I'm just going to grind cut it. So let's see if we got battery power, because I haven't touched this thing in a month. Okay, so there we go. So that's cut there. Pretty even on both sides. Let me go get my material that's actually going to become the blades, okay? And then I'll be right back. 1 minute. I changed my mind on how we are actually going to work with the tail. So as you can see, I have actually cut the tail back a little bit more, and I'm going to go a little bit more mechanical. So I'm going to even further increase the interest at the tail, right? So we have excellent looks here. Excellent looks. We're going to have the carapace. Once that comes on, we're going to have a whole bunch of detail in the shoulder pads, the armor plates and everything. And the tail is lacking the mechanical extra little bits that we want, that we got in the legs and everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the eye, or we're going to bring some more interest, like I said, into the tail. And the way we're going to do that is we're actually going to add some pistons. Okay, so again, just like this, we have piston rods, right? Cylinder and rod assemblies, right? That's what this is called. In the aircraft world, we call this piston and cylinder assemblies, or cylinder and rod assemblies. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an actuator up here, and we're actually going to make this like a pincer. Okay, so like a claw. You'll see when I get this all done. It's going to look really cool. There is the original, and then as you can see, we close that gap. Now that allows us to go ahead and put that inside here after we've ground and opened that up. Okay, let me turn this around so you can better see it. Right there. Now you see how I opened up that hole compared to what it was when we last left. Okay? So like I said, we are not going to be able to use this because now this is way too thick. What we're going to do is the blade is now going to go between that two surfaces right there, top and bottom. So it's going to go in between there. So that means I got to build another one of these. Okay, so let me go ahead, sand, grind, glue, We can do that right now. So this surface here first. Put that together like that and basically close that gap. Very simple. Take off a little bit more. Not much, just a little bit. Okay, last thing we got to do is we got to take this backing off. So sand that down all the way. Then, okay, as you can tell here, this is the one that's done. We got to shave the top here, and then we got to shave the bottom right there. So again, simply sand it. Just like that. Now the other side. Now they should be ready to go in. So for example, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to glue these in. The first one I'm going to glue in through this backside here. Okay, right through there. I'm going to put some drops of glue and glue it in. And then what we'll do is we'll take this one and we'll present it to inside this other side. We're going to set those like that. Well, I can show you. Let me go ahead, pop this one in. There, see? So that's not glued in there, but you can get the point, right? You get the idea. And then we're going to have a blade in there, basically like a pair of scissors. So, and a couple pistons coming from here out to the blade. Okay, left and right. So maybe we'll have the pistons running just all the way back here, coming out. You know, just depends on the angle, right? Because I don't want them way out here like this. I'm going to try to keep them in close. So we'll see what we can do there. But again, it's going to look really cool. So let me go ahead and bond these and get these in permanently. Yeah, all right, I am back. And this thing is complete. Look at that tail. Let's get in here, show you some of the pictures up close. Do a little reverse engineering. So obviously this is just plastic tubing, more plastic tubing, okay, and then this is just a solid, I think 2mm rod, ABS plastic from Evergreen. You can come in here. Basically we just faked it a little bit right there, like there's a bolt going through there, as you can see. But yeah, I am so happy. You guys go ahead, tell me what what you guys think in the comments, whether or not you like this, or if you think I should have just left it alone and left it with the kind of the dragon's bone or whatever. Okay, but another reason why I'm so excited is that this model, like the major form, or what I wanted to achieve by the form, what we were calling in the first couple of videos, the skeleton or the base structure, it is complete. There is no more grinding, no more cutting needed on the body. That's it. We're done. So now it's just pure assembly. So the next time you see this model, okay, when we pick it back up again, I'm going to have it assembled. I'm going to put the carapace on. I'm going to start working on the shoulder pads or the shoulder armor. We're going to start doing some of the armor on the legs. Basically the very traditional knight armor, and that's why we went with the knight legs, because again, the look of that armor, it's just so iconic to the knights, chaos knights or knights in general, that I had to replace these legs with bionics. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wrap this one up. We got everything that I wanted to get done for this series or this section of video. So we're going to wrap this one up. So hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and hit that like button, and tell all your friends on social media that I'm out here. That's the only way my channel gets noticed. I don't do any advertising or any of those free giveaway things. I don't have a Patreon, so on and so forth. So, like we always say when we leave an episode, may all your dice rolls come up sixes unless you're looking for a one. Peace out, everybody.